What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Mega March. I'm Clay, and this is Daniel.
Yep, that is Daniel, and I am Clay, like he said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Exactly.
Today's game is Mighty Number 9.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's still not out.
It's not out yet.
Okay, I guess we'll play Mega Man 10 then.
No, we're going to play Mega Man X.
Yeah, like I said, 10.
Nope.
We went over this last time.
Nope, it's X.
Whatever.
Different series. Yeah, let's play it. Mega Man X was released in North America during January of 1994 for the Super Nintendo console. The game is a spin-off of the original Mega Man series for the NES, and is the first venture onto the 16-bit console for Capcom.
Releasing about a year before Mega Man 7, and well before Mega Man and Base, Mega Man X takes the series away from the traditional Dr. Light vs. Dr. Wily angle, and gives us a little more depth than we're used to with the original Mega Man series.
Yeah, that's right. Mega Man X introduces quite a few new characters and gameplay mechanics, but perhaps the most important to know before moving on is the idea of Reploids. Reploids are robots capable of thinking, feeling, and growing like their human creators. Due to this, they have the capability of becoming destructive and criminal, and should that happen, they are then referred to as Mavericks.
Yep, and our protagonist X is known as a Maverick Hunter, along with some others that we'll get to eventually. Presentation-wise, Mega Man X really steps the game up in terms of graphics on the 16-bit console. We've said it before about Capcom's handle on Super Nintendo graphics, but Mega Man X appears to be the standout when looking at overall quality. Considering this game came before Mega Man 7 and Mega Man and Base, you would think that Capcom could have learned more of the stylings of X for those titles. However, they didn't, and while those two games look good, Mega Man X is the most polished.
In Mega Man X, our main character's sprite isn't blown out or overly huge like it was in Mega Man 7. We see a great amount of detail in every single sprite that appears on screen. The levels are very well detailed and make excellent use of the more powerful Super Nintendo. Animations in X are smooth and fluid, which lend a hand to this game being very easy to control and step into for the first time.
Armor upgrades and Robot Master Weapon upgrades are also represented very well as far as styling and design is concerned. And speaking of Robot Masters, their sprite work is just phenomenal. Full of detail and actual names this time. No more Box Man or Spring Man. Now we get names like Chill Penguin and Spark Mandrill.
On top of great visuals, the music for Mega Man X is also great. Some games were famous for having terrible music that grinds on your ears after a bit, but not X. The music in this game fits so well with the overall feeling of the game that it made my list of top game soundtracks on the Super Nintendo. This is one soundtrack that I can easily listen to on its own, outside of the game.
All in all, Mega Man X is a great package with both the graphics and music playing a hand in creating the overall joyful experience of playing a Mega Man game. Just don't let Clay know I said that, please. Gameplay in Mega Man X is nothing groundbreaking, but does feature some new mechanics that, in my opinion, add to the overall enjoyment of the game. Inafune and team have given X a new ability in the form of wall jumping. The introductory level slowly guides you to this by making you face off against a semi-mid-boss. After his defeat, the ground is destroyed and you fall with him. Now you get to learn your new skill. That's not the only thing you'll notice in this introductory level. Take a look at your life bar. Seems fairly small in comparison to other Mega Man games you've played, doesn't it? Have no fear, however, as Mega Man X introduces us to the ideal of armor upgrades for X.
Your first armor upgrade is unavoidable in the Chill Penguin stage. Dr. Light shows up and informs you that he has placed several capsules all over and you must find each one. This one is a freebie, but the others you actually have to work for. This is actually your leg upgrade, giving X the ability to perform a quick dash. This ability is needed for the rest of the upgrades, so you should probably start off with this level. You are then left to find the helmet upgrade, body upgrade, and buster upgrade in the other levels on your own. Mixed in with these upgrades, there are also heart tank upgrades for your health bar found in each of the levels. Some of these will require you to replay other levels you have already beaten in order to obtain them using other robots' powers. Each heart tank will increase X's maximum health by 2. And that's not the only thing that will help you out as far as health is concerned. There are 4 stages that include a sub-tank upgrade as well. Sub-tanks basically act like E-tanks from the previous games in the NES. only they are permanent and you are able to refill them. Whenever your health is running low, simply select these and watch your health be refilled like magic. And that's not the only surprise Capcom's thrown in here either. We all know that they are famous for their Street Fighter games, and of course that had to cross over into Mega Man at some point. After receiving every possible upgrade and defeating every Maverick, you must replay the Armored Armadillo stage. However, make sure you have at least 6 lives. No, seriously, a minimum of 6 lives is very much recommended and kind of needed for this part, as you have to intentionally die repeatedly in order to receive the...
Wait, I have to die intentionally? I die unintentionally all the time. Why can't that work?
I don't know. I don't know. Just ask Capcom. Anyway, once you figure this out, you are greeted by a Dr. Light hologram wearing a Ryu costume. You now have access to his Hadoken.
Holy shit.
This move is used exactly like in Street Fighter if you're used to it, but it uses no energy and it will kill anything in one hit. Except of course for the final boss.
Alright everyone, you know the drill. Click here to skip this next section, which contains some story spoilers. Or let it all ride and find out what happens. Mega Man X takes place in 21XX, which is approximately 100 years after the events of the original Mega Man series. Dr. Kane, an apparent archaeologist, has discovered the remains of Dr. Thomas Light's robotic research facility. Hidden amongst the ruins is X's capsule, a new breed of robots with the power of free will.
These new creations are called Reploids, as they have the same characteristics of a human. They can think, they can feel, learn, and grow just like us. However, with Reploids being given free will, some, known as Mavericks, decide destruction and crime is what's best for the human race.
Dr. Kane forms what is known as the Maverick Hunters to capture and disable any Reploid that poses a threat to the human race. To lead in his efforts, Dr. Kane creates Sigma, who is thought to be immune to whatever causes the Maverick defect in the first place. However, Sigma soon goes Maverick along with most of the other hunters. X and Zero are the last of the Maverick Hunters to resist the uprising and seek out Sigma to put an end to this rebellion.
On a mission to stop Maverick attacks on a highway, you encounter a villain known as Vile, a mercenary Maverick who works for Sigma and pilots a mechanized suit known as Ride Armor. Of course, at this stage in the game so early on, you are unable to defeat Vile and are ultimately rescued by Zero. After this point, you'll recognize the typical Mega Man formula. There are 8 robot Mavericks, not Masters, you need to track down and destroy, gaining their abilities and upgrading X along the way to help your cause. Defeat these 8 Mavericks and meet back up with Zero outside Sigma's stronghold. Once inside, you'll learn that Zero has been captured by Vile, and you'll fight to save him. Unfortunately, this battle ends very much like your previous encounter.
However, Zero manages to break free, latches onto Vile, and self-detonates, destroying himself and Vile's Ride Armor. X then gathers himself to destroy Vile for what he has caused. Using Rolling Shield, Homing Torpedo, or Storm Tornado will help your cause here. Make your way through some more traps and prepare to fight Boomer Kawanger. Using Homing Torpedo will make your life much easier here.
After this fight, prepare to move on to fighting Bow Spider. Fire Ice Shotgun at the red eye when he slams to the ground, and you'll be golden. Now let's move on to Sigma Stage 2, and you'll come back across Chill Penguin and Storm Eagle. Got the Hadoken? Destroy them in one blow as long as your health is full. Otherwise, use Flame Wave on Chill Penguin and Chameleon Sting on Storm Eagle, and be on your way.
Rangda Bangda? That's not a real name, Clay. I don't believe it. You made that up. That's a ridiculous name. Rangda Bangda is the next boss up to battle. Defeat the 3 orbs in its nose to claim victory. A fully charged homing torpedo will deal the most damage. Watch out for when they come after. His name's Rangda Bangda, guys. Come on. He's got stuff to attack you with. His name's Rangda Bangda. Defeat the 3 orbs in its nose to claim victory. A fully charged homing torpedo will deal the most damage. Watch out for when they come after to attack you.
Next up in Sigma Stage 3 are the rest of the Mavericks. If you are able to use Hadoken, do it. Otherwise, just use the weapon power each are weak against, and you're good to move on to D-Rex.
D-Rex is made up of 2 parts.
These
His top half is vulnerable to weapons. We recommend using the boomerang cutter for maximum damage, but his bottom half is invincible, unlike my heart, which Clay has broken many a times. Defeat him and go forward for your final battle.
Starting at the bottom of a pit, you'll need to wall jump your way up, but watch out for the caterpillar bots about halfway up. If your sub-tanks aren't full, use this area to farm for health to fill them up. Odds are, you will need all 4 for this next fight.
Velgator is the pet of Sigma, incredibly fast and will shoot electric orbs and long flames. Dodge his attacks as best you can and blast him with shotgun ice whenever you can to finish him off.
Or just use Hadoken. Moving on from this fight to Sigma, you need to equip E-Spark and stay as far away from him as possible. Blast him with E-Spark in midair and just continue to avoid him and make your way through this fight. Or, like previously, just use Hadoken, if you can.
After defeating Sigma, rejoice in the fact that the game is, wait, no! Sigma joined with Velgator and is now this big-ass deadly robot!
Yeah, he is, but honestly, it's not really that bad. Stand in the middle, dodge his attacks, and wait for one of the claws to come down. Ride it up and shoot Sigma's head with Rolling Shield until he dies. Now you can sit back and enjoy the credits. Congratulations!
Sit through the credits and watch that wonderful Capcom logo come up, and know that you finally defeated Sigma. Well, f***.
Mega Man X definitely has something different than the previous Mega Man games we were all used to. From upgrading X throughout the game to finally giving us a different enemy to fight against, Mega Man X delivered on all fronts.
Combining the excellent graphics and great soundtrack with an actual story, along with some exploration and discovery for enhancing our hero, this all goes a long way in providing us one of the better traditional Mega Man games I've played.
I have to agree. As a big fan of all things Mega Man X is definitely on top of my list as favorite games in the franchise. It's not just 1 or 2 standout things that make X different or, in my opinion, better than the others before it. It's more a culmination of everything Capcom has done up to this point that really puts this game over the top.
Inafune has said the idea for the armor upgrades came about because the game was planned during a time when RPGs were becoming very popular, which is perfectly fine with me. I love RPGs. Taking into consideration everything Mega Man X has going for it and the fact that Capcom's first venture into 16-bit territory with Mega Man was a super solid outing, we have no choice but to recommend you find a way to play it.
Absolutely. Mega Man is one game that needs to be in your collection and played whether you are a fanboy of Mega Man like I am, or just a casual fan of games in general like Daniel. Sure, Mega Man X will frustrate you like every other Mega Man game before it, but that's what they do. If games didn't challenge us, where would the fun be? Luckily, Mega Man X is challenging but not downright mean and unforgiving like previous titles. Do yourself a favor and add this game to your collection and just thank us later. So, what did you think of the game?
Clay, I got 2 words for you.
Super awesome?
No, Rangda Bangda. I mean, what the is this? That's not a real thing!
It's a face that attacks you.
Let's just go back to Boxman.
Boxman and Spring Boy.
Boxman and Spring Boy. The 2 best robot master friends of the universe.
Can we also bring back Proto Man?
Yeah, well, I actually really
'Cause why not?
I actually really like Proto Man a
That'd be
lot.
awesome.
His design's awesome. It's way better than Rangda Bangda. Rangda gonna bang ya.
Aww.
Yeah. See you guys next time on Video Game Book Club Mega March.
I've got 2 words for you, Clay.
Super awesome.
No, Rangda Bangda.
Was super awesome.
What in the world was that?
Phone!
Come on! Jesus! Come on! Don't show that. Don't show that to your